All right, let's get right into it. What if two of the most powerful and, let's be honest, most hyped technologies on the planet, AI and crypto, could actually team up to fix each other's biggest flaws? It sounds a little like science fiction, right? But a brand new research paper from 2024 lays out exactly how this team up could totally redefine our digital world. So in this explainer, we're going to break down the biggest ideas from that paper and what it all means for you.
I mean, this is the big question, isn't it? We're talking about a future where AI can make crypto way safer and easier to use, while at the same time, crypto can make AI more trustworthy and transparent. It's a pretty powerful idea. So let's see how it actually works, starting with what AI can do for Web3.
Okay, so part one of this tag team. How can AI give the whole Web3 world a massive upgrade? Well, the research points to some really smart, practical solutions for some of crypto's most annoying and persistent headaches. According to the paper, it really all boils down to two huge areas where AI can make a difference right away. First, seriously beefing up security, and second, making the whole system way more efficient. Think of AI as like the ultimate super intelligent security guard for the blockchain. It can be trained to spot and flag shady transactions as they happen, before your funds just disappear. But it goes deeper than that. It can also scan the code of smart contracts, hunting for those tiny little vulnerabilities that hackers just love to find and exploit. It's like having a guard who not only watches the door, but checks all the locks before the bad guys even show up. And then, of course, there's the elephant in the room, energy usage. It's one of the biggest knocks against the industry. The paper suggests that AI can crunch massive amounts of data to find and even invent more energy-efficient blockchain methods. This could be a total game changer for the sustainability of the whole network. So yeah, AI makes Web3 safer and greener. But what can Web3 do for AI? And now let's flip the script. AI is incredible, we all know that, but it has a huge trust problem. A lot of the time, we have no idea how it gets to its answers. That's the famous black box problem. And we've all seen how it can be used to cook up convincing deepfakes. This is where Web3 tech comes in, to bring some much-needed accountability to the table. The research breaks it down into three key ways Web3 can help out. First, it can help us figure out what's real and what's not. Second, it can give every AI a transparent origin story. And third, it can prove, without a doubt, who owns what in the digital world. Okay, this one is huge. Blockchains can create a permanent, unchangeable record of digital stuff, like news articles, photos, videos, you name it. Just imagine a world where your web browser could instantly check the blockchain and tell you, hey, that viral video you're watching is legit, or nope, that's a sophisticated AI fake. This would be an incredibly powerful weapon in the fight against misinformation. Next up is this really cool idea of an AI birth certificate. The basic idea is to use a blockchain to create a totally transparent, auditable record of the exact data an AI model was trained on. So why does that matter? Well, it means we could actually check for hidden biases, understand where its blind spots might be, and at the end of the day, have a lot more trust in the answers it gives us. So with AI pumping out all this incredible art and music, a new problem pops up. How do you prove who the original creator is? Well, that's where Web3 tools like NFTs come into play. As you can see here, an NFT is basically a unique digital certificate of ownership. By registering a piece of art on the blockchain, an artist can prove their work is the original, making sure they get the credit and the cash they deserve. Okay, so the potential here is obviously massive. But the research paper is also really careful to give us all a healthy dose of realism. This is not going to be a flip a switch kind of revolution, not by a long shot. The paper brings up something called the 10-10 rule, which is just a fantastic way to think about this. It reminds us that these huge transformative technologies often take a decade to even build the platform, and then another full decade to actually reach a mass audience. And we are still very, very much in that first decade. And hey, if you think that today's AI just appeared out of nowhere, think again. This timeline shows that the core ideas have been cooking for a full decade already. This isn't some overnight explosion. It's the slow, steady burn of real innovation. And it's following that 10-10 path almost perfectly. And those productivity gains we hear about, they're not always what they seem. I mean, the promise is that AI will make developers faster and better, but the paper points to a 2024 study with a really surprising result. Developers who used AI assistants actually produced code with a higher rate of bugs. It's a pretty clear sign that these tools still need some time to mature.
To really get AI's current limits, the paper gives this perfect little example called the strawberry problem. You ask a super advanced AI how many times the letter R is in strawberry, and a lot of the time it gets it wrong. It'll say 2. Why? Because it doesn't actually see letters, it sees the whole word as one thing, a token. It's just a great reminder that these incredibly powerful models can still fail at a logic puzzle a kid could solve.
Okay, so even with all those challenges, where is this whole thing heading? Let's talk about the most exciting stuff we can probably expect in the near future, and what this is actually going to mean for the average person. The research paper is really clear on this. The most immediate changes are going to happen right inside our crypto wallets. We're talking about AI-powered tools that make crypto way less intimidating and a whole lot safer. This means things like real-time fraud detection, smart assistants that can help you figure out those confusing gas fees, and optimizers that find the cheapest, most efficient way to get your transactions done.
And get this is what it could actually look like. Imagine just having a conversation with your wallet. You give it a really complex, multi-step command just in plain English. The AI does all the heavy lifting, the bridging, the swapping, figuring out the gas, and just comes back to you with a simple plan to approve. That is the user-friendly future that this research is pointing to. At the end of the day, this team-up between AI and Web3 isn't just about cool new tech. As the research really drives home, it's about using the strengths of each one to build the foundation for a better internet, one that's more secure, more transparent, and just a lot easier for all of us to actually use. So after all that, I've got to ask you, what do you think is the most exciting application of this whole combination?